Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez here. One of the most asked questions is, why am I getting a sudden color shift? Yesterday I was printing perfect photos and today I'm getting greenish results, magenta results. What happened? I should go ahead and do a deep cleaning cycle and maybe that'll clear up things. Maybe I changed something. Well, maybe you did, but more than likely it is something that is clogged in your printhead, or one of the cartridges is not feeding ink, and so that channel is not providing enough ink, so now you get a shift in color. Just the other day I was trying to produce some profiles for this paper here. This is my Canson watercolor uncoated paper. We're not going to get into the subject of this. Basically I just wanted to print some images on it using the ultra matte HD ink from Cone, and lo and behold, when I printed my first profile chart, some of these areas that should have had color were totally blank. Wow. Had I just ran a nozzle check initially before I began printing, I would have known that some channels were not printing at all. Why? The cartridges had leaked completely through the system and into my waste ink bottle. Why? Maybe the cartridges were bad. So I pulled them out, tossed them, and I put a new set of refillables in there. And I am now in the process of testing, but hopefully it's not the printer that's causing the draining of the ink. And it was just the cartridges. So hopefully that's the case. But at any rate, the moral of the story is when I saw that shift, oh, by the way, I printed an original image on it before I decided to do the profiling. The reason I wanted to profile was because I had a terrible color shift. And I thought, wow, is this paper that different? That even with the Epson ICC profile for watercolor brilliant paper, it cannot produce a good print? No, it wasn't that. It was because about 4 channels were totally blank. So imagine what that'll do to your color balance. So that is it. And funny thing is, I did not see any banding whatsoever in my print out. So that was very puzzling. And even I, that should have known better, started doing other things that were nothing to do with actually running a nozzle check, which would have told me immediately what the problem was. So I'll leave you with this. If you get a sudden color shift, you were printing perfect before, and then 2 days later, you're getting a color shift, first thing you do, stop what you're doing. First thing you do is do a nozzle check. And if the nozzle check shows channels that are not printing correctly, then proceed to do a cleaning cycle. If the nozzle check shows 100% printing, then you have another problem. It could be totally different to the normal reason for a color shift to take place, and that usually is because cartridges are not providing enough ink or nozzles are clogged. So immediately do a nozzle check. Don't waste time, don't waste your money, don't waste any of your good earned resources. Run a nozzle check and that will tell you what the problem is. It did for me finally, after I, stubborn as I am, decided to, oh, I might as well now run a nozzle check. Well, that immediately told me what the problem was. And hopefully in about 10 minutes, I'm going to test to see if I have completely cleared out the air that probably was trapped in my printhead due to those empty channels. So that is it. The goal of all of this is to produce profiles for this paper using that ink set. It's PCK3 HD ink with this ink substituted, the Ultra Matte Black. And that will enhance the shadows. And that is really necessary for this type of paper because it's not coated. It's not going to produce a good deep black or deep shadows. So that's what I'm trying to achieve here. All right, so we'll see you tomorrow. Hopefully I'll give you an update of what's going on with that printer and the project that I'm trying to do to link this paper to that hybrid ink set. All right, thank you so much for watching, everybody. Bye-bye.